Hello viewers, you are watching our weekly program Invest in Ethiopia on OBN Horn of Africa. Today we are going to discuss investment opportunities and the challenges and the role of tourism sector in economic growth of the nation. Today I joined by Nagga Wadajo, Deputy Commissioner of the Oromia Tourism Commission. Nagga, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
First, would you tell us a little bit about your commission?
Well, Oromia Tourism Commission was established 3 years ago with the intention to develop the tourism riches the region is endowed with. Especially Oromia is endowed with historical, natural, and also cultural resources, but yet only few, just little is known about Oromia. Not only globally, but within the country and even in Oromia itself. So, plus tourism is one of the important economic sectors. Globally, tourism supports 10% of the global GDP, where Oromia is not utilizing enough of it. But compared to other countries who are doing the best of their effort to benefit from the sector, Oromia has a lot, but still underutilized. So given the new reform in the country since 2018, so the government has identified 5 economic pillars for the homegrown economic growth. So tourism has been identified one of the 5 pillars. So followed by that, the Oromia regional government have decided to reform one of the sectors, which is tourism, of course. So the commission has come to the forefront with a mandate to develop destinations, promote and market them, and also create partnerships among stakeholders, and also digitalize the tourism sector. So we've been doing this for the past 3 years.
How do you see the current status of the investment activities in Ethiopia?
Well, the investment status in Ethiopia goes very well. This is because of Ethiopia's multiple advantages. One thing, Ethiopia is Africa's hub. So we've got the biggest airline in Africa and also globally as well. With far rated competition scale, Ethiopian Airlines is a leading one continentally and also globally as well. Plus, we are strategically located, so we are in the Horn of Africa and also close to the Middle East and the European market. Plus, we are the 3rd diplomatic city. Finland is the 3rd diplomatic city globally, next to New York and Geneva. And we've got fertile soil and also the 2nd most populous country in Africa, and most of our population is young. Plus there is also government commitment and one of the fastest growing economies among the sub-Saharan Africans, and also among the top 10 giant economies of Africa. So who hates to invest in Ethiopia? So with this all advantage and even more. So the foreign direct investment and also domestic investment is growing much, seeing what the advantages. Plus, see the industrial parks across the country. So at least every region has got 1 or 2. So these industrial sectors also have created an opportunities for investors to come and engage in any investment opportunities, especially in the manufacturing sector, without much trouble. So they get every infrastructure and they start their job without minor, things which really requires serious improvement. Still, the country is thriving forth. So Ethiopia is best situated in terms of geography, in terms of multiple opportunities we can list, as I mentioned earlier. So yeah.
can you mention some challenges being observed in the investment activities and what should be improved?
This could be seen from different angles. Like if you go and ask investors have got to say something. For me, I lead the tourism sector, so I'm not 100% engaged in investment. One thing I understand, but every investor is a tourist, because before investors decide to invest in the country, they start their investment career by being a tourist first. So once they visit the country and love it, so they will decide whether to invest or not. So investment is the first gate. Tourism is the first gate, the gate for investment. So that's how we see it. For us, we do promote investment on our website because we are the face, we believe. So regarding the challenges, so in my observation, and also from what I heard from investors themselves, the length of time that takes to process the investment license and also starting the investment. Not the promotion phase. The promotion is very nice. We are very good at it. We know how to sell it, but once the investors come, the way we facilitate things requires more work.
Especially promoting investment is among the key criteria in attracting foreign direct investment. In doing so, what is expected from whom to realize the investment activities in the country or to attract foreign direct investment to the country?
For me, everybody has a stake. Every citizen. The diaspora has a stake. Our foreign missions have a stake. Okay? Any government officials have got a stake, even if it is the key role, the main role of the investment chapters at federal and regional investment authorities at the federal and regional chapters. We all have got our own stake. As I tried to mention to you earlier, if you go to visit Oromia website or Oromia Tourism Commission website, you will see invest in Oromia. Why do we do that? Because we know how it is important, especially those people who are coming to the country as tourists. They might have no clue about Ethiopia's potential or Oromia's potential. So I have to tell them at least a little bit about the opportunities we've got. So we do, with the notion that every investor is first a tourist. That's what we believe. This is our motto. So we have to give that information for them, not only to visit the country, but also see all the potentials and opportunities there, so they can come and benefit. Saying this, I will actually would like to stress was concerned stakeholder, which is Ethiopia Investment Commission, Trade and Regional Integration Ministry, and also the regional chapters. They are well mandated, since it is their job to do investment promotion, which they are doing really, really great, and that should continue.
Okay, investment and the tourism have a connection, and one supports the other. What kinds of experiences in Ethiopia in this regard, and how they are closely working for mutual advantage?
Very good. Both are very important, and I can say they are mutually exclusive, because when FDI comes to the country, the foreign direct investment comes to the country, Ethiopia could also be marketed, and also the products will have the tag that says made in Ethiopia. So what does it say? The product itself is promoting Ethiopia. So the people will start to think who Ethiopia is, where Ethiopia, who is Ethiopia? And they start to question. Maybe a percentage of them would decide to come to this country or plan even. Further, we have to do more work in terms of doing a promotion. So as we go as we do our tourism promotion, for us just promoting tourism alone is not the only thing. Tourism is the face of the country, it's the face of the nation. So when we show the face, we have to show everything. So people coming here to have experiences, maybe it can be adventurous experience or cultural, whatever kind of experiences in the country, would have interest to do something in this country. But just take for example, it could be a person who is engaged in certain kind of business in their own country would come here for a leisure or maybe for their vacation. They may not have any clue about this country, but when they come as a tourist, they would see huge potential that is associated with their businesses, with their respective businesses. So then they might have interest to come and engage in any kind of investment. This is the tourism that opens the door. So that's why we don't want to take it for granted. Opportunity to do tourism promotion alone shouldn't be fixed there just only promoting tourism. We should also promote trade. For us, if we promote tourism, bring tourists. So for us, hotel is one of the investment sector. Hotel and tourism is one of the investment sector. Aviation services. It could be car rentals or maybe vehicle assembly company, whichever kind of industry they would be engaged in. Still, tourism is a door, the main door gate for investors, which we believe. So we want to take this advantage to support our own nation. It's not for the sake of supporting the institution. It is because we understand it's quite important for our nation, for our region, for our country that we're doing investment promotion integrally with what we are doing with tourism. Yeah, because we also want, more hotels. Standard hotels, standard lodges and resorts and facilities across our destinations. We need FDIs for this because we want more tourists to come. We need investment also. Partly the hotel and tourism investment is also important for.
Well, what are the opportunities and the challenges do you see in the tourism sector of Ethiopia, and what should be done to improve it or to overcome it?
Well, the opportunities we have immense untapped resources which we have never utilized yet. Just a little we're doing on. If we want to utilize all in all, if you want to exploit 100%, we don't have that capacity, the capital. So for us to develop them, we need more capital. And also skilled manpower as well. That's why we need investment. So the challenge, one is lack of capital, skill. If you go across our destinations, we have big challenges in terms of hospitality and tourism skills. I'm not meaning that those who went to college and got degrees. The skills that are offered in TVET college, these are quite essential for us. So those skills are also still very important, especially in the hospitality sector. It's very important. They are soft skills. They are one of our biggest challenges. Plus, we've got good infrastructure at some point, but we still need to work more on that. See, Wenchi was there, and Gorgora, Koisha, we had them all there. Nobody remembered them until the current government Prime Minister proposed their development and just work it on it and raise funds, not from government budget, but through writing books, taking initiatives, inviting dinners and doing fundraising activities so to support all this development. It is very huge and it's a huge amount of capital. If we want to develop all these destinations across the country, it will be very tough. So through time, we can do that, we can achieve. It's a very, very good and excellent start for us. But lack of capital is a big challenge, as I said, and lack of skill is a big challenge, as I said. These two are very important. And also, we need more investment. So investment is very, very important for us.
Provision of electric power is among the basic necessities to attract and retain investors. How do you see the rate of efforts being made in diversifying and expanding power sources in Ethiopia?
I think the capacity of power we are generating, we have been generating so far, plus the demand, should be taken into consideration. So if the supply side is that is not good enough to satisfy the growing demand, it is really tough. So there is huge demand. Supply is also there. I mean, we are 120 million people. So still close to 50% of our population doesn't have electricity now. That's why the Great Ethiopia Renaissance Dam is under construction. And also Gilgit 3, I think Koisha, is under construction again. So when these two dams construction, the construction of these two projects is completes, I hope the issue of power will be resolved once and for all. But till that, we thrive with our existing capacities. Still there is potential for us to do geothermals and also solar power. But this requires investment. I think government has allowed some level of power generation, power plant. I don't know how it is going because I don't have data, I don't have information about it. But so given the potentials we have, I mean, more work. So the issue is just like I raised before. So there is lack of capital, and there is a need for investment. There is a need for a skill. Especially lack of capital is the biggest challenge for African countries. So as you know, our country has a lot to do.
Tourism is playing a leading role in economic growth of the country, especially. You can take as example the neighboring country, Kenya, and you have also visited last time Kenya. What should Ethiopia take from the experience of Kenya to develop its tourism sector?
Yeah. Okay, Kenyans have gotten advantage of working on their institutions. For Ethiopia, Kenyans have worked very hard to get to this level. For us, we need institutions. The institutions, be it private or public, we need very strong institutions, capable, and also who would take responsibility, accountability, and also the passion. If someone engaged in the tourism sector privately, they might establish associations like tour guides association, be it tour operators association or whatever. Those associations should get stronger and stand still and have their own plans and guided by principles, and also know that they are responsible to contribute for this sector, not expecting every single thing from government. So we should also know the role of the government. It is limited. We know government designs policies and executes policies, but the players are the private sectors when it comes to tourism. So we need a very, very strong private sectors. So Kenyans have got strong private sectors who take everything seriously. They have got very strong institutions of private sectors. Take Magical Kenya. It's a tourism board that brands Kenya globally. You can take the Conservation Authority, a government institution, but it's still supported by the private sector, because the private sector understands how conservation is important for their business growth. But here, I bet if the private sector supported the conservation, I don't know to what extent has it supported. Do we even have a very strong private sector? I know the private sector is thriving, but it's not quite enough. We have to learn lessons from them. When I say this, I'm not blaming the private sector hasn't done anything. I'm saying we have to start. We have to see what is missing and what we can do. We have to share responsibilities, and we don't need to, point fingers to one another, but we have to cooperate. Unlike any other, government sectors, I think, tourism doesn't get any penny. The government part, I'm saying the government wing. We don't get any penny from promoting tourism. Everything we invest in tourism promotion, we believe that the revenue that is generated through tourism will be distributed across economic sectors to every economic cluster. It has a spillover effect to every economic cluster, be it in agriculture, because you eat in hotels. When tourists come because they eat and drink. They buy clothes and they buy jewels. They buy a lot of things. They travel. They go drink coffee. They do a lot of activity. They engage in a lot of activities. Whatever that tourist spends, that money is distributed to every economic cluster. So for us, private sector should understand that we are bringing markets to them. When we promote international tourism, when we bring international tourists to this country, we are bringing international market to the country. Who would buy, who would expend hard currencies in the country? So it's a multiple benefit. It's an added value. We are adding more to the economy, not just circulating what we have in the country when we do it globally. And also the cash flow is very big. There is a huge transaction in the service sector. We've got meetings, we've got conferences, exhibitions, different kinds of events. So all these activities are there, okay? So for Kenyans, again, the institutions they have built, they can stand by themselves, they know what they do, and they know whatever being done is for their own benefit. So they work together. They work together. So for us, getting lessons is not only for us as government, just only to get lessons and come back. No, it is as a whole private sectors. Take a certain town, for example, take Adama or Bishoftu. How is the hotel association there working? How are the association members now working? How do they promote the town? Yeah? How do they, work together with government to support government initiatives in terms of tourism? It's quite important. Take it regionally. So when tourists go and spend their time there and spend money, the benefit goes mostly to the owners, to the investors. So that means it is their own benefit. How are they cooperating? How are they collaborating with the government? This is quite important. So for us, the next assignment we have to do is just strengthening the private sector and strengthening institutions so that the tourism sector can grow. It is the private sector's major role, by the way. We as government, we do facilitate. We don't do the business primarily.
Okay, as engaging local communities is a must in nurturing and developing tourist attraction sites. What is being done on this area as your commission?
There are a lot to work now again. See, there are a lot of backlogs on us. Yet we have to achieve more. For us, the next milestone will be working on community initiatives at large scale. It requires more focus, not only by our office, but by every concerned stakeholders, because tourism is one of the job-rich sectors. It has a very complex value chain. So the job creation chapters at regional, zonal, and Warada, as well as town administration level, should work hard to get advantage of tourism, take advantage of tourism to create more jobs for the youth and the communities. Most of our tourism attractions are in rural areas where rural communities can benefit a lot from it. But due to lack of skill and lack of attention in previous times, we haven't even started it yet. So for us as initiatives, we have coined a notion that says community-based and youth-led tourism. That's what we are guided by. So we need more community-based tourism initiatives. So recently, the Oromia Regional Government President, His Excellency President Shimalis Abdisa, has passed a new policy that establishes 18 parks and 19 ecotourism sites. So this means a lot for Oromia. So with this, communities living across these attractions and destinations. So Oromia Tourism Commission is going to work closely with local administrations to organize the communities to engage in community-based tourism activities. A few initiatives are there already. Previously there was Wenchi Ecotourism Association, there is Adaba Dodula Ecotourism Association, you have the Rira Community Eco Lodge, and the like. These initiatives are small initiatives but very powerful. So small initiatives done by Wenchi Ecotourism Association has helped the community to make Wenchi the best tourism village in UNWTO in 2022. And this year, Adabat Dodula Ecotourism Association has also been managed to be in the list as a potential tourism village. So still more other sites are now emerging, like Lepis, Tulugudo, and the like. Tulugudo is in around Batu. So this initiative should be strengthened and supported by the local administrations. So with joint efforts, we believe that we are going to make more, in terms of organizing community ventures where the community can benefit a lot from tourism.
Well, on the other hand, the role of Ethiopians living overseas is immense in promoting the sector to the entire world. What is being done in making the diaspora a part of this package?
Okay, well, the diaspora and living abroad is really supportive for our work, we believe, but we haven't been able to get platforms yet to mobilize diaspora, but a few of them who were able to come here. We had communication with them and they're supporting. Some of them are still supportive while abroad. They reach out to us. They do also promote. They encourage us, but that's not quite enough because I believe that they should take roles and responsibilities to support their homeland. So I know they are very enthusiastic about Oromia and Oromo. I know they are very enthusiastic about tourism. So for us, we believe that in the future we will create more platforms where we can have meetings with the diaspora so that they can also meaningfully engage in investing and also doing promotion or more businesses as well. When also they come here for vacation, to see their relatives and for different purposes. They also are tourists because they are investing. So we'll continue to engage more the diaspora more. So that is our one of our strategic areas we need to do.
That's good. This year you won the African Travel Under 14 2023 award. I would like to say congratulations for your success.
Thank you.
What is its contribution, especially in promoting tourism sector of Ethiopia to the world?
That platform is actually really big. Last year, it was our commissioner Lily Teduka who won this award, and this year it is my turn. So I'm very excited to be this part. Its contribution is really big because a regional platform, a continental platform for Africans who thrive, who exert much effort in developing the tourism sector. It gives more encouragement and also encourages also other young leaders who are engaged in tourism leadership, even my colleagues here. Who knows, maybe they will be the next winners of this award. So yeah, it has its own contribution in terms of encouraging, promoting as well. Yeah.
Okay, another sector is agriculture, which is a backbone of Ethiopia's economy. That creates a huge amount of job opportunities. Has the country invested on this sector enough? What do you think?
Compared to the potential, I can't say the country has invested a lot.
Okay.
But compared to the pace we are going with, I can say it is more than a lot. Because last time I had a conversation with the head of Oromia Agricultural Bureau. He told me 5 years ago, when the new government, the reform government, took power, there were only 400 tractors in the region. Now they multiplied the number 95 times.
Huge.
95 times. It means 95 times 400.
Yeah.
It's very huge. So 100% is okay. Like if it's 100%, you can say it's 800%, just bifold. It's not just triple or quadruple. It's multiple, like 95 times. It's a lot. So this is massive growth. When irrigation started, they started with 7,000 acres. Now they are over 1 million. What does it mean? Okay, if it grows like just bifold again, like twice or triple or quadruple, okay, we can say it's normal. It's beyond our imagination. So it has implication. What does it mean? So we have the capacity. If we have the commitment, we can do it. See? So numbers tell a lot, speak very loud. So for me, it is massive growth in terms of agriculture. It's well done, a well done effort. So every time I see the agriculture initiatives in many aspects, like honey production, it can be banana, it can be avocado, or vegetables, wheat, coffee, everything, it's not a double growth, it's a multiple growth. It's abnormal. I mean, abnormal in positive sense, okay? Not in negative sense. Sometimes it's shocking growth. It hasn't been told as it deserved. we should speak out louder every single second. Not every single minute, every single second. We have to be very grateful for those who did this amazing, amazing growth. So that is one of the areas which I'm proud of my government, by the way. Yeah.
Finally, if you have any message before we conclude our session, you can deliver.
Why would I say, since I'm a tourism guy, so I want to say people who haven't got the chance to travel across Oromia, there are a lot which you need to explore. Just a few kilometers away from the capital will give you the opportunity to see amazing cultures. In every direction you go, you'll see Oromos with incredible, kindness, gesture, love, and hospitality. So traveling across Oromia will give you unique opportunity. So go visit Oromia and enjoy your time.
Thank you for your time and your deep explanation about investment opportunities and tourism, the role of tourism sector in the economic growth of Ethiopia. Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Dear viewers, this brings us to the end of our today's program. Till the next session, have a good time.